Oh, I got a rumor for you today. Have I got a rumor for you? Are you sitting down? Are you ready to have your mind blown? You know what word on the street is? You know what the latest rumor is? Get this. Catch what I'm throwing. Picture this. I'm sorry. June Direct. Huh? A Nintendo Direct in June, in mid-June, no less, next week. Can you believe it? Can you believe such a thing? Nintendo really are the kings of left field. So a couple of weeks back, we got a rumor, a similar rumor, that there would be some sort of Nintendo Direct in June. Again, real mind-blowing stuff. At the time, it was a little bit more vague. I want to say at that time, that was Nate the Hate saying it was something, not sure if it was like a full-blown Direct. Now we have Jeff Grubb from Giant Bomb is saying that there's going to be a Direct next week. At first, he wasn't really sure what kind of presentation it would be, but now he's kind of like, no, it's definitely going to be a main. And then of course, Nate the Hate. Of course, Nate the Hate has come around to confirm, to corroborate that his secret sources also claim that Nintendo will have a Nintendo Direct next week in mid-June, quote unquote E3 season, and yes, that this will be a real boy, a real genuine Nintendo Direct. Now, in a case like this, you know, you really do have to wonder if anyone is actually hearing anything, or if this is one of those really great opportunities. Just a really safe bet. You know, apparently, you know, Nate the Hate's got a pretty good track record. I hear Jeff Grubb is a little bit more iffy. I don't really know. I don't actually keep really good track of this stuff. If there is going to be a Nintendo Direct, then yes, I suppose if some people do have access to some kind of leakers, then then they probably would hear about it, even if it is a safe bet. Maybe these rumors are actually legit, coming from a real place. I don't know. Who even cares? Of course they're gonna have a Direct. Of course they're gonna have one next week. They have to. They just have to. And I know they don't have to. I know. I know they don't have to, because, not going to go on too much about it. I definitely went on too long, really annoyed a lot of people, but it did seem so unlikely that they would skip February. It really seemed like they needed to have a Direct in February. And to be fair, they did end up announcing a whole bunch of stuff outside of Directs. Like, they could have had a Direct. Especially a mini. What are minis for? They're for when you have some stuff to reveal, but not too much stuff. Anyway, whatever, who cares? We didn't get one in February, and that seemed really unlikely, but it happened. But now it's just like, I'm not one of those people who's just, you see a lot of is this all Nintendo has? They're cooked. This generation's over. Obviously, just wait. Just give them a second. We're gonna get some big games. And yet, if we didn't get one in June, then it really would be all right, something happened. There's something happened at Nintendo. Has anyone checked on them? Has anyone gone to the building and made sure it's still there? Has a sinkhole opened up and swallowed the entire organization and just nobody has noticed yet? There's got to be a Direct. There is. The schedule right now is it's not terrible, Splatoon Raiders, all right, yeah, Fire Emblem, yeah, cool, sure. It's just we do need more though. We do. This is it. This is the final chance. This is the final opportunity to reveal stuff that could still be coming this year, especially a holiday title. We need a holiday title. They didn't have a big holiday title last year, and it was a little bit weird. So we definitely need one now. Whether or not it's one of the rumored games, is it Ocarina of Time remake? I really don't know. It almost doesn't even matter. We just need something. At this point, we just kind of need something. Now here's the thing. I will admit, it is not necessarily a guarantee that there will be a Direct next week, because they definitely have more stuff to reveal. That doesn't necessarily mean that they will reveal it in a Direct. Again, we didn't get a Direct in February, but we did get announcements. Star Fox, that just kind of came out of nowhere. They could do that again. And there's even been this idea floating around that they may be pulling away from directs. I was gonna do a video on that. I never got around to it, and now like we're close enough to next week that it's probably not worth doing. We probably are gonna get a direct. But Kit and Krista were floating this idea that Nintendo might be pulling away from directs, that they may be entering another phase, you know, similarly to around like the pandemic when they just don't want to do big directs. They would rather spread out their announcements and put them like randomly on the Nintendo Today app and social media and stuff. I didn't hear all of their arguments, but I am very, very doubtful. Like I don't see that, you know, like they don't have special privileged access to Nintendo anymore. They're just guessing like the rest of us now. And I personally have not seen any evidence that that is happening. Like apart from the fact that we didn't get one in February, like that, to me, that's not a trend. You need to see a trend. If they skip this June and just randomly drop stuff, then yes, that will be suspicious. That will make me wonder if it is true. Okay, yeah, maybe that is a thing. Maybe they do want to start just like, you know, revealing stuff individually. But so far, I just don't see it. I really just do not see it. So I don't know. Maybe they have other info or insight that I am not aware of. Yeah, again, if that happens, if it comes to that, we'll have that conversation. So it's technically possible. It's technically on the table, but I don't see it. I'm pretty darn sure we're gonna get a direct next week. Which, I mean, is really exciting. You know, that's the thing. Like, I'll probably do, like, a bigger predictions video or something in the day, you know, maybe after they announce it or something. But right now, I think it is pretty safe to assume that they're going to have some stuff to announce. They're going to have some pretty meaty stuff to announce. You know, I mean, like, yeah, it's never good to make assumptions, but, like, they're going to have at least one. They're going to have at least one single game, some sort of big holiday game. We're going to get at least one big game for this year. Now, you can't guarantee that you'll get anything for next year. If they're trying to play things closer to the vest, then anything for 2027, they may want to save for September. September is really the best opportunity to reveal a game for the following year. We've seen that time and time again. However, at least like looking at the historical precedent, I don't believe they've ever just completely waited until September and like in June, no, we're only gonna announce stuff for this year. They've said that they would. They're always like, we're gonna be mainly focusing on games releasing this year, but there are always a couple for the following year. There are always at least a few. So even if like we're gonna get more 2027 games in September, like I think it's just about guaranteed that here we're gonna get at least one good thing for the end of this year, and then like at least one thing for next year. Again, never good to assume, but just looking at the way they usually work, I could definitely see that, which is, you know, obviously very exciting. Obviously very, very exciting. You know, if you have a light Nintendo Direct or you have no Nintendo Direct, then you can't assume the next one will be great, but it often is. It often is. Like, sure, you know, like different Directs, sometimes they really hit hard, sometimes they kind of disappoint, but in a situation like this, I'm feeling pretty positive. I'm feeling pretty confident that this is gonna be a good one. I feel it in my bones. You know, every once in a while you get that little tickle, that little voice in your ear. It's a deeper kind of intuition. It's the whispers on the wind. Some, you know, and so it can go both ways. Sometimes I get a bad feeling deep in the bones, and often that ends up being true. But this time it's a good feeling. I think it's gonna be a good one. I think it'll be fun. But yeah, we'll see. We will see very soon. You know, if you want to look at the real nitty gritty specifics, they're saying June 9th, which is a Tuesday. You know, again, is that really information that's coming through the grapevine, or is that just a good guess? Because that's just usually when they do their directs. I want to say sometimes they're on Wednesday, but yeah, like Tuesday. Yeah. That's when they would do it, which means that we will probably get an announcement Monday, right? I think sometimes they'll announce 2 days ahead of time. Sunday, not a work day, I don't really know. But we'll know by Monday. We will know by Monday. What is it usually like 7 p.m., 6 or 7 p.m. Pacific time? Can't remember. I should know this by now, but yeah, point is, we'll know soon enough.